Joining us now to discuss the recent clashes between Syria and Israel is Dr. Martin Sherman, the founder and executive director of the IISS. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, so let's talk a little about this spate of violence. What is Assad's interest in launching rockets into Israel? Israel is blaming the Syrian government for any type of violence that comes over. Of course, we don't know exactly who is responsible for the launching.
That's the point. I'm not quite sure that this was initiated by Assad or sanctioned by Assad, or they turned a blind eye. And of course, you know, I think that Assad has a very different cost-benefit calculus to that which Israel has, and trying to understand what he's doing on the basis of Israeli rationale is probably not the right way to go about it. I think one of the broader lessons is that just imagine if we'd given back the Golan Heights, as many people, senior figures in the defense establishment said we could do before the 2011 Syrian war broke out. And everyone thought that Assad was a great reformer. You can just imagine the dread that the country would be living in today if the Golan Heights were in the hands of the Syrian/Iranian affiliated forces.
Well, what do you think that this latest spate of violence means?
I'm not sure that there's any systemic significance to it. This may just be a sporadic spasm of renegades. It may be the reaction of Assad, who feels that he has to respond to continued attacks on his sovereign territory. I mean, you know, if you look at it objectively, I mean, I think Israel has a duty to attack these potentially aggressive initiatives within Syria. But on the, you know, Syria has the right to defend its sovereign territory. You know, I don't think that should deter us from fulfilling our duty to defend our citizens. But you know, you can understand a certain amount of discomfort that Assad feels that Israel can attack with impunity any target it seems to like, whether in the north or the south of the country.
Right.
And so you may feel some necessity to make some kind of response. Although if I were to put my money on it, I would say that this was probably not part of a larger strategy of Syria gearing for large-scale violence against Israel.
Right, because that is the question. Again, we do not know who was specifically responsible for launching these rockets. At the end of the day, Israel just, you know, consistently says that they will be holding the Syrian government responsible for all violence.
I think that's correct. I wish they would do that. You know, which we show the same firmness in the south with Hamas, because I think we've been much more lenient in absorbing aggression in the south than we have in the north.
Right.
And I think that's a mistake.
Well, we don't have much time to talk about Russia, which is what
that's a very good question.
I mean, if you would like to give us a comment about Russia and how you think Russia should be involved in this latest spate of violence.
You know, I think in many ways Russia is the ace card here. It all depends on what Russia does. It all depends a lot on what Russia does. I don't think that Russia will do anything that it doesn't perceive in its own interests. I think it will pursue its own interests without any consideration for others. And I think in this way, Netanyahu has done a good job in dialoguing with Russia. And, you know, I mean, with all the criticism of Netanyahu, he certainly has done a remarkable job in setting up a personal relationship with the American president and the Russian president. And I think this is something that is of value in Netanyahu's term as prime minister.
Well, you know, I think it's going to be very interesting to see if the violence that we're seeing take place on the northern border right now is going to have any impact as well on the upcoming elections. And it is a point that you made, obviously, about Netanyahu's close relationship with these leaders. But unfortunately, we have run out of time. I would love to continue this conversation.
In the Chinese sense of the word.
Yes, exactly. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.